It was a much brighter time, and your days spent on YouTube wouldn't leave you feeling like you just stepped in a pile of hot, steaming elephant shit. When you could say horrible things about people and get away with it because we were able to take jokes. When you could post relatively horrible content on YouTube and not get kicked off the platform. Oh, it was a better time. Simps become incels. Trying to love breeds hate. Welcome to the only show in the world. Yes, the only show in the world. Save the Simps Initiative. Now, I put the definition of simp right there on the screen, but that's just the common version. We're going to be talking about the type of simp who we all think of in today's day and age. Now, I'm aware that our main man, Adam22, is also trying to thwart the efforts of the beta males in indoctrinating more of our youth into this simp culture. And I figured, while he fights on the Western Front, I will fight on the Eastern Front. The day is nigh. We will eradicate our enemy. So this is just a new series that I'm starting, and I'm just going to be giving some tips to you poor lads so that you don't become incels, or so that you don't become the 40-year-old virgin, or just any depiction of a man that is not masculine and or acceptable. Now, with all that being said, let's get this party started. So, as men and women, we all have preferences, and more than that, we all have an idea of the perfect significant other. What if I told you that having all of these preferences and these conditions that need to be met are some of the main reasons why you are not finding anyone suitable for yourself? I know, that's so crazy, right? This little list of untangible items that you want people, or traits, untangible traits that you want people to possess. Imagine that. Not everyone is the same. Wow, you're actually going to have more trouble finding these specific traits than rather than just creating a relationship in which these traits exist. Wow, imagine that. So I've come with a couple of points prepared to help you in your journeys, in your trials. While you face the gauntlet, keep in mind these commandments. For starters, open your ears, you simps out there. This is the first tip. We're starting the tip section. You don't need her. Now, that just means that you need to stop convincing yourself that she's it. While humans are social creatures, it does not necessarily mean that just because you meet a female, you're gonna instantly click with her, or you have to be attracted to her. You don't need her to want you. One constant thing that we see is that you have to make yourself more suitable for her. But really, fellas, if she doesn't like you the way you are, if she doesn't like you for what you are doing, if you're trying, then maybe you shouldn't be going for her. In today's day and age, we've presented everyone with the idea that the male is the sole provider and that the female is just coming to take from you and you are just supposed to provide her shelter and money and all of those commodities and all those goods. Just uh, these days, I am going to just tell you straight up that none of those previous what are they called, notions really hold true. Honestly, your female is not looking for someone to save her. You hear it in the music, don't save her, you don't want to be saved. So really, you don't need her, and stop convincing yourself that she's it. I'm throwing you the life vest. I'm throwing you look at that shit. I looked up life vest and they just fucking put a life raft. New idea. Life raft that comes out of your life vest. Ever heard of it? Okay, now here's the next tip. Take off your dick goggles. So some of you boys, some of you males, this even applies to females. Some of you are so fucking desperate or repressed that you will legitimately fuck an elephant seal. Like, some of you guys haven't ejaculated or talked to a woman in so long that you will take a trip to the Arctic to find an adult male elephant seal so that you can court it, try and mate with it. All jokes aside, seriously, just because someone is there doesn't mean they're what you want or what you need. We hear it all the time. Just do a quick little, give yourself a quick rub and tug, a quick little fap, and then after that, think about the task at hand, the female that you are into, and see if you're still as attracted to her, or if you were just being held back by your balls. You see, your dick goggles can often be blurry, but what if instead of trying to clean off the goggles, you just took them off? Fellas, take off your dick goggles. She's not all that. There's plenty of fish in the sea. This next tip is proven to work. 100% foolproof. If you apply this next tip, there's absolutely nothing is standing in front of you. You will no longer be a simp, you'll just be yourself. So here's the tip. Be yourself. Or just don't be yourself, it depends. Before you say, oh, so profound, let me explain. You see, some of you are trying to conform to an ideal image that you think females want. Some of you are trying so hard to be something that you are not, and thus, that's what's creating the problem in your relationship. At the end of the day, be genuine and tell the truth. Because if you start creating this image of yourself, you're going to be unhappy with yourself, and then two, you're going to be making her unhappy in the long run when she finds out that you are a fraud. If you're talking to a female and say, you know that personally, you're just too fast with it. You be trying to get in her pants before she even put on her pants in the morning. Then maybe you should take the second half and just don't be yourself. Because while yes, it goes against the first half of it, your problem is coming from you being yourself. So maybe you should just some of you do need to conform, and that's why the tip says be yourself or just don't. It depends. It's going to take some introspection for you to understand what you need to do with these tips. But I assure you, if you're lost and you don't know who you are, these tips will leave you with the feeling of completion. You will have bountiful amounts of females fawning over you if you continue to follow this series and apply the tips. This isn't no red pill alpha male dating advice bullshit. This is based in reality and epicness. I'll tell you straight up, I ain't the most successful with the females, but I sure ain't no simp. And I sure know how to at least get through the the gates. And so I will leave a trail of bread for my chicks to follow behind. So with that being said, leave a like and subscribe, and come back for the next video in like next week or later on this week. Yep. Quote of the day: I would rather be by myself with nothing than be with you and give you everything. Yep. Thank you for watching my Wigia. Leave a like and subscribe. Definitely do the subscribe part, and yeah, peace out.